We are going to first take up the issue of COVID-19 fines. On May 3rd, 2021, I issued Executive Order 21101, which effective July 1st invalidates emergency orders issued by any political subdivision due to COVID-19 that restricts the rights or liberties of individuals and or businesses. The very same day, I issued another executive order as a stopgap measure to suspend all restrictions and mandates on individuals and businesses. Such orders were warranted in light of some of the local government overreach that we witnessed. And we actually have some folks here today that could talk a little bit about that. So on March 10th, I issued an executive order with the approval of the Clemency Board, which granted a categorical statewide remission of fines for individuals and businesses related to COVID restrictions and mandates. At this time, I'm proposing supplementing that executive order with another statewide remission of fines for any such individual business not covered by the previous meeting of the Clemency Board. This action is necessary so that we can recover, have a good transition to normal operations, and also just a recognition that a lot of this stuff was way overboard. Accordingly, I hereby move for the categorical remissions of all such fines. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a third?
Third.
Okay. Any opposed?
Opposed.
Okay, the motion carries. I'd like to now call up to the podium Mike and Jillian Carnevale. Mike and Jillian used to own a successful gym in Broward County. That all changed when the county decided to impose unwarranted, unreasonable restrictions on their business. They refused to kowtow to the county's demand that they actually force the people who are working out to wear masks, which the WHO says you do not wear masks when you're exercising, that it's not healthy. So they declined to put people's health at risk and basically, I think, exercise common sense. And so they actually got arrested. They got charged with violating these emergency, quote unquote, emergency orders. And this actually ended up ruining their small business. And so when we saw that, I was able to grant a reprieve on their case. They were actually pending criminal prosecution in a court. Imagine, like, we see all these criminal activities that's actually going on that we need to be stronger on, and yet we're wasting time for somebody that's owning a gym. So we did the 60-day reprieve, and this applied to all their charges pending against both of them related to this. It also applied to any individual or business who had similarly been charged with nonviolent COVID-19 restriction violations. And so I will let you guys say a few things.
Thank you so much, Governor DeSantis, not just on behalf of myself and Jillian, but for all Floridians who have been persecuted due to COVID mandates and restrictions. And I'm here today to say that health and wellness has always been one of our foundational responsibilities to ourselves. It has never been the role of government to be legally and lawfully enforcing and dictating health and wellness. So today is something that I'm very grateful for. It's really amazing that Governor Ron DeSantis has granted us clemency for this. And it's just affirmation that, we were onto something. So thank you so much.
You want to say?
Thank you so much, Governor Ron DeSantis. I am filled with gratitude, and I honestly am really excited for the chance to move forward with my life and rebuild my business. So thank you so much for that opportunity.
We also should just point out all the stuff at the beginning of COVID with the bureaucracies and the bureaucrats saying these gyms were like a big problem. Just understand, if you're in good shape, you're going to handle COVID 99.99% of the time. And so they're telling you, close people's gyms, have them eat takeout and watch Netflix all day. That's not good for health. So one of the best things you could do for COVID is to be in good health and to actually exercise. I remember when I would tell people, go exercise, go play golf. Oh, you got to stay in your house all the time. No, that was not good health advice. The health advice should have been, make sure you're taking care of health, not just beyond absence of one virus, but making sure that you're healthy across the board. And once we understood that, we really worked to protect the gyms at that point. I know some of the local had that, but the gyms were actually benefits in fighting COVID when people are going and doing that. Instead, they were viewed as somehow this big problem, and the data never ever supported that. So we signed a bill, the legislature passed at my request, a bill to rein in these emergency powers. And basically it says local government, the idea that they're closing businesses is going to be a huge, huge mountain to climb if they want to try to go down that legally. And I even told them, rein in the governor's powers. Now, granted, I was using my powers to open up and liberate from some of these mandates, but it could have gone a different direction. And we could have been in a situation where we had, like we saw in some other states. So we don't want to go down that road in the future. So we actually gave the legislature more ability to come in and to overrule individual emergency orders of a governor. And I think that that's a better framework going forward. So that was a really important piece of legislation. I know you've seen some other states also do it, but I think you cannot say that you should have one person in a county or state just be able to rule for a year plus, not let people go to school, not let people operate, not do all this stuff without any protection. So we've done it. I think we have a really good reforms that are put into place, and I think that this here with we're happy to move for the pardon for you. So what we're going to do is anybody that's similarly situated that has been either criminally charged or prosecuted for any type of nonviolent offense related to COVID restrictions and these emergency orders. I don't think, fortunately, there aren't that many people in your shoes. I think you guys are an extreme case, but to the extent that there are, we just want to say, we've got to stop that. Let's focus on the real criminals, and let's make sure that that's where our effort is. So I do move for a similar categorical grant for pardons for such offense like we did for the remissions of fines. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, and a third I heard, and opposed? Commissioner opposed? Okay, so motion carries. Thank you, guys. Sorry about what happened.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you.